All right. Hey, Brenda. You got the party going on over there? I have my jelly jar full of rosé all day. We're going to wait a couple more minutes so that everybody can join us. People are probably scrambling around, getting their little kits together. Your daughter and your daughter-in-law, and you have 2 skillets. Yay, okay, great. That's awesome. The family's cooking together. Cool. What's up, Red Eye? I'm taking over your live stream. We're going to do this every week. While we wait for everybody to kind of get, settled and stuff. Next week will be pork chops with Red Eye Gravy, which is, a fantastic collaboration. Red Eye Gravy is a gravy with coffee in it. And before we get going, I also want to thank Barbie Morrow from Red Eye Coffee, the CEO. We've been working together all week to kind of put this together since last week. And it's a really exciting collaboration. I'm excited. We're, doing some fun stuff to kind of think outside the box, So I'm super happy you guys are joining me. I'm live streaming on 3 different platforms. So, I will address everybody little by little. If you can't hear me, write a comment in the comments. We're this is a live event. So, we're reading stuff as we're cooking and all that. So just let us know what's happening. So we're going to get started. Oh, so Rhonda's watching the video tonight, and then she's going to cook tomorrow. And that's what a lot of you guys can do is we're going to upload this, and then you can really watch it as many times as you want. Sometimes I like get distracted. I'm talking to other people and stuff, and I miss a part or whatever. So you can go ahead and watch that another time. All right, so I have a rule with cooking, and that rule is we always cook our starch first because starch takes the longest. If you're making spaghetti, you put the spaghetti sauce on. The spaghetti on, the pasta. In this case, we're making potatoes. So we're going to put these on first. If I was making rice, beans, and, chicken, I would put the rice on first. So always put the starch on first because this takes the longest and we can do other stuff. You got some sweet red. Kristen Barnett's drinking a sweet red. Adulting is hard. Adulting is hard, but that's okay. We're going to do a little bit of, we're going to have a little fun tonight. So I already sliced up some of my potatoes because I know you guys don't want to watch me sit here and slice 4 potatoes, but so I'm just going to demo one. So all you're going to do is these potatoes are already washed. We worked really hard to get your kits so that everything's already washed. The green beans are washed. The mushrooms are washed. Everything is clean and ready to go. So all you got to do is the bare minimum. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our knife cuts. So we always grip our knife by the heel, and that allows us to have a good grip. So a lot of people hold a knife like this, and it's just too wobbly. So we make sure that we have a good grip, and then we have the claw. Uh-oh, running out of juice over there. The claw, and we're just going to make slices. And the reason why I'm making slices like this is because it cooks faster. So we want to get dinner on the table, right? Just like that. So that's our first dish of our 3-part meal is our potatoes. So these are ready to rock. Okay. Then we're going to mince all of our garlic. Some of it we'll use in other places. So we're going to mince it all at the same time so we don't have to touch it twice. Right? We do it all at the same time. So we're just going to cut that little knob off the end, that little root bit. And then I'm going to show you my super fast way that I mince garlic. It is a time saver, and I have always done it that way so that I can move on with my day because nobody wants to be like lamenting over a board, and sitting there and chopping garlic in tiny little pieces or buying an extra gadget you don't need, right? So all it is we're going to take our garlic and smash it like that. And then we're going to make a paste. That's that one done. That's that one done. Easy peasy. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments. You know, this is like interactive, so we're cooking together so we can connect. Also, you guys can tell me what you want to see going forward. If there's something you want to learn, please leave it in the comments, and we'll consider it for the next kit. Okay, that's our garlic, all done. And I'm just gonna throw probably half, because we have garlic roasted potatoes, so it's rude not to throw all that in there. Okay, so we got our potatoes. And I'm just gonna chuck a little bit more in there. Maybe a little more. And chuck these little knobs out that we cut off. My sister-in-law was asking me what kind of wine to drink with this meal, and I was like, I'm having rosé, but I was just like, you know, I just kind of was in the mood for rosé. But I would suggest like a dry white wine, probably, because then that way the sweetness of the chicken sauce is, you know, it'll balance with the dryness of the wine. So that's my 2 cents.
Everybody wants to slow down a little.
Oh, slow down? Okay. Talking or moving?
Would you mind slowing down a little?
Okay.
Like 3 people.
Okay, no worries. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so if you're cooking along, you might be a little behind me, and so that's cool. I'll slow down. I can slow down.
Maybe go over what you did again.
What we did was we cut the potatoes into circles like this, little rounds, because they cook quicker. And we want to get dinner on the table. And we always do our starch first.
They want to know butter or oil for the pots.
Which pots? Oh, the potatoes? Okay, so we're going to use, in your kit, you have olive oil. And these are 4-ounce little cups. So we're going to use 3 ounces. So, and this is really good olive oil, too. You can tell by the color. It's like a golden color, and it smells really olivey. So we are going to use 3 ounces of that olive oil. So olive oil comes in your kit. And if you didn't get the kit, that's cool. You can just add, 3 ounces of whatever oil you have. Let's see.
They're chopping garlic.
Yeah, chopping garlic.
She's chopping garlic.
Right on. And then you guys got a little pro seasoning, thing in your kit. So we're gonna put about a teaspoon and a half of the pro seasoning. And some parsley. And pro seasoning is my personal all-purpose go-to blend of spices that I've used for my entire culinary career. This is my own creation, and it's available at Red Eye Coffee. So pick up a jar, and this is one and done. So you guys are going to be able to taste this stuff and see that this is how I cook. I just use the pro seasoning, and it's like my that's like my trick of the trade is like, I just use this and it's perfectly balanced. All right, so since we have a bowl, all we're going to do is we're going to toss these potatoes. Make sure they're nice and coated. Okay, so now we got these beautiful potatoes. And we're going to put them in a 400-degree oven. So my suggestion, this is another little trick that I use. I use foil on my pans, my sheet trays, and I just foil them up. And then I buy these half sheet tray size of parchment paper. This is unbleached, so it's like a natural color. And I put everything on there. That way, I'm not sitting there scrubbing pots and pans. At the end of the day, I just give it a quick wash, and I'm done. So it saves me on time because Your time is valuable to you. Okay, so now we're going to spread out our potatoes. Let's see, how we doing? Joey and Emily in the house. They're doing their Red Eye and Nikki Talks Food collaboration kit. Okay, look at that. Evenly spread so that we have even cooking. And we are going to, why don't I cook on foil? So we have a question, why don't I cook bread on the foil? First of all, this stuff will stick to the foil. And so the parchment paper makes for easy release. And also there's health concerns. Like we don't want to, I personally don't want to have aluminum, interacting with my food. I just don't. But to simplify that, it helps the food not stick. So these are going in a 400-degree oven. Okay, so that's done. Pause and sip. Any other questions? Yeah, you got pro seasoning in your gift basket. Which wine? We haven't used wine yet. I'm just talking about what kind of wine you can drink. We're gonna use Marsala wine. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is our chicken Marsala. This is the belle of the ball here, okay? And you guys have mushrooms in your kit, so let's get that going. I've already sliced mine. I'm gonna slice some more just to demo it for you. And I have the exact same kit that you guys have, so we can do this together.
Did you answer what to do if you don't have parchment paper?
If you don't have parchment paper, you need to spray your pan with cooking spray. Or if you have a, nonstick, however, you typically roast potatoes in the oven, will be fine. You may have some stickage with the olive oil. It'll hopefully be okay. But my suggestion is when you're ready, pick up some parchment paper because it cuts down on a lot of drama. Okay, so we have these beautiful mushrooms. And they're just little button mushrooms. We're gonna go ahead and slice them. We trained our puppy to ring a bell when he has to go out. So we can't tell if he's playing with the bell or if he's really got to go out, but he's ringing the bell. All right, so same thing. We have our grip, right, on our knife and the claw, and it feels really weird when you do the claw the first few times because yes, Joey, you do put the parsley on the potatoes. This grip feels really weird, but eventually it'll feel fine, and you will feel like you're not going to cut yourself. So we always tuck our thumb in, otherwise you're going to lose it. These knuckles go like a claw, and we grip the food like that. You don't have to go that fast. Mushrooms are fun to cut because they're so soft that you basically just kind of run right through them. Okay, and I'll give you guys some time to cut up your shrooms if you're cooking along. Okay, and we'll read some comments. Brenda, second Brenda, she's in the house, not cooking. That's okay. Hey, Ashley. Okay, let's see. Shout out to Megan Frost and her friend, both ICU nurses. Oh man, yeah, shout out Megan Frost. Thank you for all that you're doing, and I hope you guys are being safe and I hope you guys watching, Barbie was going to co-host, and we had to make a decision of to do the right thing, and she sat it out so that it would just be me and the person I live with, my spouse, and so we're not breathing each other's air, I guess. I don't know. We're trying to flatten the curve. So we did the responsible thing. And, unfortunately we couldn't have Barbie, and I thought it would be really fun, but we'll do it next time.
Joe wants to know, do you put all the parsley on the potatoes?
Put half the parsley on the potatoes. We're saving it for garnish, actually, for our chicken. Okay, so we got our mushrooms cut up. Let's see what else we got to do. That's it. Now we're going to deal with our chicken. Okay, so you have in your kit, you have a package of chicken. And classically, you're supposed to pound these chickens flat. So since you have them in a bag, and you can see I'm kind of like adjusting them so they're all flat like that. And you can skip this step if you want to, if you don't have a Thor's hammer like I do. You can skip this step, it's no big deal, but you want to give them a little pound, right? Kind of flatten them out. Because it's supposed to be like a thin cutlet. In this way, it kind of stays contained, you know? How we doing? Is this annoying? Rob is finishing the shrooms. You just got the potatoes in, Kristen. How long did you say they should be in there? You know, it's so funny. I never tell times because I'm like, they're done when they're done. But it'll probably be about 30 minutes because they're thin. So hopefully by the time we're done with everything, it'll all marry together. And that's the goal, is to have everything done at once. So we'll be together for about 30, 45 minutes, depending on how much I talk. You guys see this? What's happening here? Are you guys into this? Adrian is late to the party. Adrian, weren't you early to the party earlier? Lord. All right. So to catch you up, Adrian, all we've done so far is the potatoes. So we sliced our potatoes into rounds so they're thin, like a potato chip, but thicker. And we toss them in olive oil, garlic, and pro-seasoning and half of your parsley. And you probably, look at your little containers. There is writing on there. Can you see that? It's probably backwards. This wonderful young lady named Danny at the Capital Circle location of Red Eye, I stressed all night about writing on these because my writing looks like a serial killer. It's like, here's your parsley. Like, it's real aggressive, as you can tell. Okay, this is me, right? It's like mangled. But Danny is like amazing at at writing and stuff. So thank God you guys are lucky that she took that over, because you'd be like, what is this? What's in this jar? So now we have our chicken. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do what's called dredging. So we're going to spill our chicken out onto, I use foil at this point just to kind of keep everything clean. Okay. So I got some foil and we're going to use all of the flour. But first, I forgot, we need to season with our pro seasoning. That's okay, Joey. If you don't have all your parsley, don't worry about it, buddy. Gordon Ramsay is not coming over to judge you. Okay, it's going to be yummy either way. Okay, so we're just
Shout out to Tallulah CBD and Juice Bar. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Tallulah CBD and Juice Bar. Maybe we should do cooking with CBD.
Ollie would really enjoy that.
Ollie, our puppy. Okay, so you are going to coat the one side of your chicken just with an even little dusting of the pro seasoning. It does have Himalayan pink salt in it, so you don't go too heavy. Just get a little dusting. Then we're going to flip it over because the great Emeril Lagasse taught me that no one likes one-sided tasting food. Okay. We gotta do both sides. So here we go. Both sides, baby. I gotta tell you guys, I have been looking forward to this all week long. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna have a hangout session. And I just really enjoy this, like, this isolation is hard, you don't get to interact with, but thank God for technology, right? Okay, so here's our flour in your kit, and we're gonna dust, this is called dredging. We're gonna dust our chicken with the flour. We call this dredging. Dredge in flour. Put a little down there. And you have plenty in your kit. If you need more, don't use it all, because we're gonna use some for the sauce, just so we can we don't want weak sauce, right? We want thick sauce. And I always say, this is like my go-to thing. I always say that every protein should have a sauce. So when I show you stuff like this, it's easy to translate this recipe and sub out a different wine, a different stock. Okay, the technique will stay the same. The way that we build the recipe will stay the same. This is a technique called the braising sequence. And this, when I learned this, when I went to culinary school many, many years ago, I was like, oh, this is the path. I can cook now. Because the sequence doesn't change, but the ingredients do. It could be pork, it could be chicken, it could be beef, it could be, fish, the process will stay the same, but the players change, the booze changes, the stock changes, the protein changes. So that's my little soapbox on the braising sequence.
Brenda wants to know, do you rinse the chicken when you take it out of the grocery packaging?
I don't. They recommend that you don't, because what they say is that when you rinse your chicken, you have the possibility of spreading salmonella even further through your home than if you don't. So, it's not recommended. Health code does not recommend it. I personally don't rinse my chicken. There's not a lot I do rinse. I always wash my vegetables for sure, but I don't really wash proteins because, I don't really, it hasn't been a thing I needed to do. Hey, Christine, what's up, girl? All right, I need to wash this little gummy little paw. Talk amongst yourselves.
Karen would like to know your schooling history.
Okay.
She's on the red eye coffee feed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. No, I am from Fort Lauderdale, and I went to school at Johnson & Wales University in Miami. Okay, just while we're doing this, we're going to get our other little thing of olive oil, and we are going to coat the pan with that. You should have 2 olive oils. Oh, here it is. I was like, I don't have it. Also, someone, I'm going to get back to that story, but someone, when I packed these orders, I noticed that I left a chicken stock out of someone's order. And if it's you, I will personally deliver you a free jar of pro seasoning. So we'll kind of use it as a raffle. You win. Oh man, I gotta plug my phone in. That was one thing I didn't think about today. Was my phone. Okay, so I went to Johnson & Wales University in Miami, and then and I got an associate degree, and then I opened up a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. At that time it was 2008. It was the world financial crash was happening, so it was hard to keep it going. We got nice reviews and all that stuff, but so from there, and I worked for professional athletes as a private chef, and I had a catering business and stuff. But at a certain point, I was like, man, I gotta go. So from there, I started working on a yacht as a chef. So I sailed around the world, and I had my winters in the Caribbean and my summers in the Mediterranean, and it was just like crazy. It was crazy. So I did that, and then I came back here to Tallahassee, or I moved up to Tallahassee, and I started teaching culinary school at Kaiser University, and I taught for 6 years. I taught there. Oh, Joey found his chicken stock. Hey, Rob. Can you do me a favor and close out that close button? Right there. Yeah, and then we're going to have to take this microphone off and plug it in. Here. Because it's dying. All right, what's in the pan right now is our olive oil, and we are not going to put this chicken into this pan until it is smoking. Okay, that's called smoke point. We want what I call, we don't want gray meat. If we were to put this in now and this pan is not hot enough, we would have what looks like boiled chicken. So we that's not attractive to the American palate. We like color, and we like caramelization. So we're smoking right now. Olive oil, yeah, olive oil. What I put in there was the rest of the first one. I put like maybe 2 ounces. I still have some of this. I may use more. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so now into the pan goes our chick. And we're not going to cook it all the way through. Oh, hear that sizzle? That's what's up right there. All right. So we are, we're not going to cook this chicken all the way through because we're going to cook it the rest of the way in the sauce. These are big chickens. We're going to nestle that in there. Get in there. All right, it goes away. Look at that. We cleaned up. Look, Mom, I cleaned up. All right, we got any other questions? In the pan, I put like probably, let's see what the directions say.
The directions say 2 tablespoons.
Oh, butter. Yeah, that's later though.
Would you rather have the oil?
Yeah, put the oil. Put the oil, which was about, I don't know, 3-4 tablespoons, maybe half your little jug there.
Is there basil in the kit?
There's no basil in the kit. Yeah, that was a typo. I forgot to take the basil off. We have parsley. All right, so I'm going to turn this over. Look at this, golden brown. You see that, y'all? You can flip it over when it's golden brown. Hey, Dawn. Yeah. Yeah, baby. I'm cooking. Okay, we're just looking to get some color on this chicken. Cook it about halfway through, and then we're going to finish it in the sauce. So we're not cooking it all the way. And I have a plate to take it out and put it on. I'm going to check on our potatoes. Dang, they're looking good. Smell good too, garlicky. Time for some wine. Cheers. 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 What's everybody watching on TV lately? Like, everybody finished the Tiger King. We're all done with that. Slow down? Okay, we're slowing down. The chicken? Slow the chicken down?
Somebody's, Kim's still waiting to have the pan hot enough, she said.
Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah, all good. Cheers, Adrian. Hey, Lisa. We're still waiting to have it hot enough. Oh, the pan? Okay, yeah, it takes a little while. I'm a big fan of cast iron because they're super inexpensive. And, this is plugged in. Cast iron is, I got it. Cast iron is super inexpensive and it holds the heat really well. It was unplugged. Beth's watching Deadwood, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's a good one. We just got into Fresh Off the Boat, and we think that's hilarious. It's like 90s gangster rap through the whole thing. It's hilarious. All right. Watching from Atlanta, Megan. Hey. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I enjoy teaching. Rhonda says she learns so much.
Adrian said Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek forever, baby. That is a good show. Jen doesn't watch it, but I started watching it, and I'm just like freaking. I just love that show. It's amazing. ER. So Rob, you're doing it old school, huh?
Robin.
All right, I'm gonna pull this out. Here we go. Pulling the chicken out. Look at that beautiful color. Oh my God, I love food so much. And can you believe it? We're like nearly done. Okay, we're gonna make this beautiful meal. And oh, everybody's skillets are heating up. All right, you want me to cut this off? I cut it off. Yeah, cut it down. Cut it off all good.
While everybody's doing their chicken, what kind of meals do you like to make?
I enjoy making. So we have. So Jen is gluten-free and dairy-free. So we end up making a lot of gluten-free, dairy-free stuff, and that's fun because it's a challenge. You can't. Dairy is like a go-to, right? Where you're just like, put some cream in there, put some whatever, cheese. So that we have fun with that. But personally, I love to smoke meat, and I like to braise meat. Like that's my jam is braising and smoking.
Sarah has a question. How do you make sure the flour doesn't fall off? A lot of my flour is falling off. LOL.
It might have been too much flour. So if you put a light coating, it'll just stick. So that could be it. Also, try not to stab at the food. Like, just let it cook and let it be. Chat with everybody around you. Oh, bye, Rob. Good seeing you. Or good you seeing me. Already catching up. Okay, cool. You're catching up. All right. You guys think we could move on? Or should I
pause for wine break?
Pause for a wine break? You got it. I'm drinking, these people don't, I'm not sponsored by them, but, but this is pretty okay. This nice little rosé. Have a little wah-wah in between too. Okay. So.
Kristen said have another sip.
That's what we're doing. Have another sip. The chicken be dry before you fly? You could dry the chicken. The moisture might help the flour stick, but yeah, you could dry it off, and that might help. Still cooking chicken, okay? That's cool. Remember, we're not cooking it all the way through. We're just making it look like this because we're gonna finish it in the sauce. All right. Do we have any YouTube questions? Let's see.
Hi, Londa and Lainey.
Oh, Yolanda and Lainey. We'll give you a pink tongue hello. What else do you guys want to learn going forward? Next week, we're going to do pork chops with red-eye gravy and garlic basmati rice with roasted broccoli. We're going to learn a pan gravy. It's a simple technique. But remember how I say you always want to serve every protein with a sauce. That'll be a cool one to watch too, because we're gonna sear it off. We're gonna make a gravy, put the chops back in. It has a coffee element to it. It's real good. So that one we'll do next week, and the tickets for that go live. I think Barbie is creating the event now, and it'll probably go live maybe today. I'm not sure. But it will go live very soon. Hey, Nikki, good to see you, or good for you to see me. That's how I gotta do it now. So glad you can see me. All right, so can we move on?
Sushi in the future.
Ooh, I thought of sushi. I really enjoy making sushi. It is, it's fun. It takes a lot of rice, but it is a fun deal.
Karen wants to know if we're going to do this every Thursday.
We're going to try. We established a partnership between Nikki Talks Food. I am Nikki of Nikki Talks Food, and Red Eye Coffee. And we gave it a shot this week. We said, okay, let's see if it's a thing that people like. And we sold out. So that's great. And that gave us good confidence to do it next week. But we, in these crazy, shaky times, are just going week by week and just say, can we do it? And so hopefully the hope is to do this once a week and keep the party going. I think it's a great way to connect with each other and, learn some skills, and it's a good outlet for me. So everybody's happy with that. All right, we're going to move on to our mushrooms. Can we do that? Is that cool? Everybody all right? Shout if you have if you don't want to move on, but we're gonna do it. Sushi, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna heat our pan back up, and then our shrooms are going back in. And remember, we're just building a sauce right in this pan. Okay. Mushrooms suck up fat. That's why they're so good.
Sandra said, my husband said I spend too much time with you.
I think it's not enough, honestly. You tell him it's not enough. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil in the pan. Where's my, here it is. And like I said, this is good olive oil. Spared no expense. Get your shrooms going. And we're gonna put a little flour in there next, and the chicken stock. And oh, Marsala next for that. How cute are these kits, man? Like, if cooking was this easy every time you cook, it'd be so awesome. You know, just like everything's already measured out. You just follow along, put it in the pan. What a happy day. All right, don't touch them. Let them get brown. Okay, don't touch them. I know I just touched them, but don't touch them. Any other questions over here? The video stopped. What did you put on the after the mushrooms? So mushrooms and a little bit of the olive oil.
Did you use butter yet at all?
I haven't used butter yet. We're gonna finish our sauce. We're gonna finish our sauce with butter. You still have your stick of butter. We're gonna finish our sauce with butter. That's called Monty O'Bear, or mounted with butter. It's a culinary technique that when you're done with the sauce, Ollie is like right here. When you're done with your sauce, you put pieces of butter and you whip it in slowly, and that makes a luscious sauce. So it's called mounted with butter, or Monty O'Bear. All this liquid coming off of your mushrooms, that's called mushroom liquor. If it ever comes off and you're like, oh, I need to drain these mushrooms because it's too wet and I want them really caramelized, drain that moisture off and then put it back in later, because that moisture, mushrooms are high in something called umami, or L-glutamine. And the L-glutamine is an amino acid that helps us taste savory foods. So that L-glutamine will give your dish that comes off the mushrooms, that liquid, that mushroom liquor, it's gold. Don't throw it away. Never throw mushroom liquid away, because you just put it back in later once you have an achieved crispiness of your mushrooms, and you'll be happy. I'm going to check on our potatoes.
Karen wants to know, Phila, are you from Tallahassee or have a restaurant here before all this?
Oh. Potatoes are almost done. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, but I've lived in Tallahassee 7 years. And I had a restaurant in South Florida, but not here in Tallahassee. I was the executive chef at Seminole Cafe at FSU for a little while, but I don't own that place. All right, so look at all the liquid coming off. That's okay. I do kind of want to burn some of it off, so that's why I keep making a little hole here, and we'll burn some of that liquid off. Because I want the mushrooms to be brown. How we doing, gang? How long have we been doing this? 30 minutes. We're almost done, too. So I think in 45 minutes, we'll have this whole meal done. So you will have learned all this stuff and made a whole meal. Amazing. That might be oil. Okay, keep those mushrooms rocking. How y'all doing? Hey, Colleen. Hey, Lauren. Happy birthday to Corey. I didn't get a chance to say happy birthday. Aren't these mushrooms cute? They're so little and perfectly washed. And, me and Max, we washed everything up yesterday and portioned it all out and got it all ready for you guys. And we were so excited for that.
Kelly wants to know, what's the oven temperature?
For the potatoes, 400. Yeah. Half my family is on.
We also support Pace, Kelly. Big fans.
Oh, it's Kelly from Pace?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. How do you guys feel about moving on to the next step? Should I wait?
Catherine wants to know what kind of doggo do you have?
Abandoned. Brown.
Previously abandoned. Not abandoned.
Well, yeah, he's right here. If you guys can see him, so we rescued him. We had just lost our big boy, of 14 years, and he was the light of our life. And then somebody was like, "We know you're sad, but there's this little puppy, and somebody dumped him in Bainbridge, and we watched him do it. And if you want him, we're like, okay, bring him over." And they brought this little dude over, and we said, I mean, look at him. His name is Oliver. But he's a puppy. We've only had him a month, and he's doing pretty good, We're home a lot right now, though, so he really lucked out because we're like with him 24/7. So.
Were you supposed to slice the mushrooms?
Yes. You're supposed to slice the shrooms. You can leave them in their whole if you want. If you want to motor through this, put them in their whole. That's fine. Everybody likes Oliver.
Sarah wants to know, have we put the garlic in?
We put the garlic, half the garlic in with the potatoes, and half we're keeping out for the green beans. We'll put in a little bit now because why not? It's rude not to, right? So throw a little pinch of garlic in there. And we are ready for the next step. Look how crispy these shrooms got. Look at that. Look at that color. Beautiful. All right. Now, we're going to do the next step. And the next step is called Singer, spelt like singer, Singer. And we're just going to put a little bit of flour into our pan. And that's going to thicken our sauce. And I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. We don't want the sauce to be gummy, but we want we don't want weak sauce, right? So we have just a little bit, a little sprinkle. You guys see that? Probably, if I had to judge how much, it's like 1/8 of a teaspoon or maybe 1/4 teaspoon. So we dried up some of that fat that was left over. Now comes the Marsala. So I don't think this is like cooking Marsala. So I don't think it has a lot of booze in it. So I don't think it's going to blow your face off. But just be careful. Turn the heat off when you add this. This is the Marsala. So we're going to add the Marsala next. Oops, dripping. Oh, he's ringing the bell again. And that goes in. And we're going to put both in. Both Marsalas. Bam. And we'll give it a little stir. We're going to let that reduce a little bit. And Marsala has a lot of sugar in it, so the sugar is going to reduce. And look, we're thickening up already because we had that starch in there. Starch, what it does when you cook starch, it gelatinizes and it swells, and that's what makes a beautiful sauce. Turn my heat back on. How we doing?
Danielle Scoggins says, Danielle and Jeremy say hi.
Hey, guys. I am super glad you're joining us.
Rhonda says, just a little flour, I missed that.
Just a little flour. It's about 1/4 teaspoon. Bonnie says, yay, chicken Marsala. All right, so we're nice and thick. We're going to reduce just a little bit more. And then we're going to add our 2 chicken stocks. Okay? So we're getting nice and thick, beautiful. And this is part of the braising sequence. We dredged our protein, right? We seasoned it, dredged it, seared it, right? Nice and golden brown, took it out of the pan. Then we built our base of our sauce, which is our mushrooms. Then we dusted with a little bit of flour. The flour is our thickening agent. Then we put our booze in, and now stock. And that's going to make a beautiful sauce. I'm gonna-
Since we're missing the stock, maybe just add water.
Was she missing one, or did she have one or two? Ask her. Kim, if you're watching, I left, when I packed these kits, I know that I left one chicken stock. This is it, actually it. This is probably your chicken stock. And I said, oh my God, I have one left over. And I said, you know what? What we'll do is, there she is. Kim, you win. You win a jar of pro seasoning. I'm going to personally deliver it to you. Message me and I'll get your address or a meeting point and I will hand deliver you a free jar of pro seasoning. So I'm sorry that happened. We were crazed yesterday while we were wrapping everything up and I knew there was going to be a winner. And unfortunately, Kim, you're the winner. But it turns out in a positive way because you win a free jar of spice. We're going to put about a quarter teaspoon of our pro seasoning in with our sauce here.
Jeremy says we only have one.
I can't be.
Because we win.
Only one person can have one. There's no way.
And so you'll probably
Check in your kits. Make sure you're not mistaking the parsley, which is what I did, the parsley or the Marsala for the chicken stock.
Sarah says, what if it isn't thickening yet?
We're going to reduce it. We're going to reduce it. So don't worry, we have a little bit of flour there. And I have a little trick. If it doesn't reduce just right, I have a little trick with some cornstarch. It's called a cornstarch slurry. And we will fix it.
Sarah said, should I add more flour? So the answer to that is no.
Once it's liquid, you can't add more flour at that point because it'll make like a little dumpling ball. But that's okay. I mean, just try it, just heat up your pan, get this reduced, and it will most likely start to thicken up. If not, we will do a slurry, what we call a slurry in a hurry. I think our potatoes are done, so I'm going to see if I can pull those out. Yeah, man. Here's our potatoes. Look at that, gorgeous. So we'll just keep those on the side while we're cooking everything else. Okay, so our chicken's going to go back in. Any drippings that came off the chicken also go back in. And we're going to cover this and let it cook. And if it doesn't reduce the way we want it to, oh, we actually could leave it open. Why not? We'll leave it open. So that's done. Put this out of the way. I'm going to switch pans and I'm going to put this over to my stove. And I'm going to kick it on. Low heat. And we're going to let that chicken cook. How we doing? So don't worry, if your sauce is not thick, we can fix it at the end. If you have cornstarch. Okay, chicken stock in the pan. Yes, in the pan, we put the mushrooms, then we put the garlic, then we put the flour, then the Marsala, all of the Marsala. We let that reduce, and then we put the chicken stock. Yes, so the chicken stock is in. Let it come to a boil, let it reduce a little bit, and then now it's cooking with the chicken back in. So everything's in there now, except the parsley. All right, we're on to the green beans. Should I wait a little bit? I can wait.
It says still waiting on the mushrooms to boil.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while.
Sarah said on low, question mark.
Yes, on low. Mine's like boiling away. Yeah, you want it like one notch above low probably. Leave it uncovered so it reduces a little bit. And the next thing we're going to do is our green beans, and we're going to blanch those.
Kristen said, I never heard you say add garlic.
Sorry, the garlic went in after the mushrooms. But you can put it in now. No big deal.
Kim said, do we reduce the heat once we
Yes, once the chicken's in, reduce it to like a simmer, low simmer, so that the chicken cooks, and we're reducing, you know, the you know, we have the steam coming out, and that's reducing our sauce, and it's just cooking gently. And we're gonna bring a pot of water to a boil, about 3 quarts.
Karen, please feel free to send us your pictures.
Oh my gosh, yeah, send pictures. Send help. No, I'm just kidding. Send an adult.
Did you catch Joe said you put chicken stock in the
Yes.
together.
Okay, so do we reduce the heat? Yes, we already got that, right? Yeah. Garlic, yes, I'm sorry. It went in. But you can put it in now. It's fine. What else we got? So the next thing you got to do is bring a pot of water to a boil, and we're gonna blanch these green beans. And these green beans are already washed and they're trimmed and they're just beautiful.
Type of 1 if you want us to slow down.
Is that what we're doing? We have a code.
I'm making one.
The code is 1. Cheers, everybody. What else? We got another question. Where'd you send them to? Oh, you're doing it. Okay, cool. All right, how we doing? We okay? Is our experience pleasant or hectic? Did we burn the kitchen down or not? I hope not. You just want to see the puppy again? Come here. Come. Ollie, come.
Come here. Angie said, I love watching you.
Oh, thanks. I love being seen. No, thanks for joining me, guys. I'll take a minute to, since we're catching up and all that stuff, to again thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate the local support. It is it's a crazy time right now. I feel like Tallahassee's done a really good job of kind of like bonding together and supporting each other and all that stuff. And so on behalf of myself and Red Eye, I want to thank you guys for purchasing the kit and taking the time to hang out with us. What if you don't like green beans? You can make something else. You make broccoli. You can make whatever you want.
Kim wants to know, do we need to flip the chicken?
You can. I'll probably flip mine in a little bit because we don't want one-sided tasting chicken.
Joe says, Emily wants to know what we're doing with the extra garlic.
It's going in the green beans. Everything has garlic. Okay, we're going to flip. Here we go. Flip and see.
Some people can't see you on camera. So
Okay.
We're flipping the
chicken. Sorry, I flipped the chicken over. Here we go. I'll show y'all. Here's what mine looks like. Flipped it over. It's got a beautiful color. Look at that color. It smells really good. Yum. Let's turn my let's turn my oven off. So yeah, if you don't like green beans, you can use whatever you want. Cheers, Jeremy. So like I was saying, guys, we really appreciate y'all. And next week we are gonna do a pan-seared pork chop with red-eye gravy, which is awesome. It's one of my favorite sauces. We're going to learn the technique of making a pan sauce. And so you're definitely not going to want to miss that. It's going to be a fun little hangout sesh, just like we have today. You'll get your cool little kit all packed up for you guys. The kit's feed 4. The kit's feed 4. So, sorry, I should tell you what it is. So in the kit, it's a box. It comes with everything all measured out for you guys. All we do is we cook along. And next week we're going to do better by giving you the recipe ahead of time so that you can follow along a little bit better. So we're gonna work out that kink.
Adrian said, did we add butter to the sauce already?
Not yet. We didn't add the butter to the sauce.
Diane said, yeah, I'm starving now and didn't get a kit, but I'm going to cook the chicken.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's next week we'll have the kits again. It's $35. It feeds 4 people, so it's a great value when I teach classes at Brown's, we charge $40, and you know, so this is the interactive experience is kind of a value. So you know, please, like, it'd be great if you guys join us next week. It'll be on Thursday again. Yeah, it's a great way for the family to be together. She wants to say hi to her daughter Megan. Karen Reynolds. Oh, I can't see the whole thing because it's like a Seymour thing.
Megan, Kyle, and Catherine are cooking together with Karen Frost.
Are they in their own homes? And you guys are all, oh, that's so awesome. How fun. That's what this is for, is so that everybody comes together, you know, but, you know, separately. Like, you stay in your own house. Don't invite people over. You stay away. All right, we're going to move on to the green beans, y'all. I can't ship to New York. Sorry.
Is doing this with her daughter.
Oh, that's so fantastic. Wow. So, and guys, if you want to see something different, let us know, and we'll try and make it happen for you. If you're like, hey, I've always wanted to learn blank, fill that blank in and let us know. Hey, Chuck, miss you too. Hoard the chicken. Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about us, you know, with our partnership with Red Eye is that, you know, we can buy cases of chicken from a purveyor. So we'll always have stuff to be able to feed you guys. So that's a plus. All right, my water's boiling. Are we good to move on, y'all? Because we're almost done. Not that I want this to end. I want it to go on forever, but I don't want you to. I want to be sensitive to your time. Okay, so let me know how we're doing. Are we good? Yeah. We're gonna go. All right, green beans, and this is gonna be real fast. I have my spider. This is actually called a spider basket. Spider, because it looks like a spider web. And we're gonna put all the green beans in. And we're not gonna splash ourselves because we don't want to go to urgent care. I saw that that cooking injuries are up because a lot of people are cooking at home. Like, a lot of ERs are filling up with people from cooking injuries. So please be safe, okay? Get a fire extinguisher. I actually, on my Nikki Talks Food Facebook page, which hopefully all you Red Eye folks will come on over and give me a thumbs up. I will post a video on how to take care of a burn properly, and it's really easy. Also, I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Nikki Talks Food, shockingly. But I'm about to put up, I just finished editing a video today on oatmeal cream pie sandwiches. They're oatmeal cream pie, you know, cookie sandwiches. Awesome. I teach a lot of stuff on that channel as well. And those are more edited videos, so they're sensitive to attention span and all that kind of stuff. So please go ahead and, you know, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to that channel. Please, I would really appreciate that. All right, so these guys are done. Look how green they are. We are preserving the chlorophyll. Boom. Yeah, oatmeal cream pies, they're amazing. I gave some to my parents and to Jesse and Kyle, and we were all talking about the oatmeal cream pies. Okay, there's that. Move that on over. Do not burn myself because I'm going to move this separate. It's not being good. And now what we got here is green beans. Pies. Yeah, pies. We're going to put the rest of our garlic in. We are going to put about a teaspoon of our pro seasoning. And then we're going to put 3 tablespoons of your butter. And it's already marked off on your little your butter packet. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna give it a toss.
Joe said water boils at your house really fast.
It does, we have gas. Yeah, it's magic. Hey, Lucy. Aw, cousin Lucy is on. Long time no see, girl. All right, so here's our green beans. We're going to give them a toss, and those will come together while we're plating our food. And I want to show you guys something. Let's get clean tongs. And I'm going to pull this burner back over so I can show you how to properly temp out your food. This is one of my favorite things to talk about, is cook temperatures. So you need to get yourself a thermometer. The secret to cooking good food is to cook the food to the appropriate cooking temperature. So chicken needs to be cooked to at least 165 degrees, okay? It doesn't need to be cooked to 210 degrees because at that point, it's dry. So you get a thermometer, a digital one, that you can wash and calibrate, and then you stick it into the thickest part. And this is temping out at 145. So I know that this needs to still cook for a little bit longer. And I'm going to cover it because my sauce is kind of going away here. So I'm sure you guys are in the same boat as me. I'm going to cover that up. The rest of those degrees, that another 15 degrees, or what was it, 5, 10, yeah, 15 degrees, 20 degrees, is going to go by real fast. So, keep an eye on it, but we don't want to overcook the chicken. So that is the secret to making juicy chicken, is to cook it to the appropriate temperature. So I'm going to cover these guys up while our chicken comes up. Our potatoes are done. Our green beans are done. And when I plate food for, to be fancy, I always try and use a long green vegetable. So if I invite people over, I'll always, I put the starch in the plate first, in the middle of the plate, always. Then I put the protein and I lean it on the starch. Then I put the sauce and then I lean a long green vegetable like green beans or asparagus against there. And that gives me height. And it's like, wow, oh my gosh, it looks good. That's the secret.
Adrian said, how do you feel about the thermometers that you leave in? I have one that's kind of a remote one.
Yeah, that's cool. I love those ones. I use those for my roasts. It has like an external probe, and you have the thermometer part outside of the oven, and those work great. Those work really great. I use those all the time for sugar. When I boil sugar for making candy and stuff, I use that type of thermometer. I use it for my roasts. I use it when I smoke sometimes. If I'm only you're only at 110 degrees, so you need to let it ride. So let that chicken ride. So I use it for my smoker. If I'm cooking something quick like chicken wings or something, and just jab it in there. I'm gonna cover these up so they don't get cold. And that's the trick to that. There we go. Oh, happy Passover to anybody who's celebrating Passover as well. Happy Passover. What else is happening? We still have parsley to use. We're going to use that. We still have jelly jar wine to drink. We're going to drink that. I'm going to show you that plating tip as soon as that chicken is cooked, which is like just a couple minutes away. And we are going to plate this beautiful dinner. Then we're going to eat it. Should we eat it together? I don't know. Is that weird? and then we're going to say goodbye. Let's see. Rhonda said, love it. Next time I'll go order. Next time I'll order a to-go coffee. Yeah, the coffee is incredible. Yeah, let's not forget how incredible the coffee is at Red Eye Coffee. Delicious stuff. And there's some exciting new stuff happening over there in order to bring you food and beverages so that you can have a happy life. So there's some exciting stuff going on. What else do I have to mention? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Nikki Talks Food. That's Nikki with 2 Ks. There's some great videos on there. I cut whole, beef tenderloins, as a demo. My videos are I take a lot of time to edit them and add the right music and all that kind of stuff. So they're a lot of fun. And like I said, I will upload tomorrow a video on oatmeal cream pie cookies, which were amazing. You're learning so much, Lucy. Te quiero. I love you too. Oh, there's something going on over here at Oh, a good substitute for mushrooms, you could use onions. Onions and, you know, onions and onions. No, garlic. You could do garlic and stuff. I think that's it for... Okay, so we're going to tempt this chicken out again because I'm impatient. Boom, look at that. Look at it, it's so beautiful. Oh, look, it's the golden hour. The sun is coming into the kitchen just right. And the function of the light dredging that we did with the flour is just so that the sauce sticks to it. It's not meant to be like a fried chicken. It's meant to be like, you know, it's for the sauce to, it's a vehicle for the sauce. All right, we're at 176, baby. So we're gonna plate this, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I, as a professional chef, plate stuff so that, you know, it looks yummy. Okay, so like we said earlier, we always do starch in the center of the plate. Can you guys see this? 1, 2, 3, yeah. And I try and stack it up. Look at that. Because that gives height. We don't want our food to be too flat Stanley. Okay.
What's a flat Stanley?
Flat Stanley, isn't that like a cutout that little kids take places and they go, oh, look, Flat Stanley. Is that not a thing? Does anybody know who Flat Stanley is? Also, wipe your plates, the edge, the rim, if you will. And we're going to get a spoon. Spoon some of this gorgeous sauce. A lot of shrooms. And the reason why I do a green vegetable is because it gives color. And we're going to put some parsley too. Yo, these buttery green beans with all this garlic and pro seasoning. Amazing. Look at that. I lean it up against like that. We have the sauce cascading down. We're going to finish with a little bit of parsley. Woo! Holy schmazzolis. Look at that. We made that together. Took us an hour. But we made it. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. This is exciting stuff. Oh, you see, Jay knows Flat Stanley. Okay, what is Flat Stanley then? Can you tell us? Because I'm telling people I know what it is, but I clearly don't. Here's the chicken. Watch the rim of the plate. Boom.
Karen said that's why you have a white plate.
Yeah, I always I buy white plates because it is it doesn't compete with the food. Also, even if I was to plate a dessert, I would still use a big dinner plate because then I have a lot of room to deal with.
Robert says, when does the butter go in the sauce?
Oh, we can put the butter. Yeah, I forgot butter. All right. So we'll pull our chickens out. My bad. Chickens come out, and we're going to do something called Monty O'Bear or mounted with butter. Okay, here we go. So, got this beautiful sauce. Also, you're going to want to taste it, and if it doesn't have enough salt in it, add some pro seasoning. This is what we call to taste, adding salt to taste. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of butter. Whenever you finish a sauce with butter, you always make sure that it's not on the heat. So I have it on the stove here, but it's off. If it was on, our sauce would do something called breaking. And breaking is what happens when the fat comes away from the dairy, the butter. So we're going to take little pieces like that, and we're going to mount with butter. Monty O'Bear. Thank you for paying attention
That
for
was
us.
Robert.
For us, Robert.
Rob,
I get a little excited sometimes. But look at that. That's it's going right into the sauce, and we don't have any breakage. We don't have any fat coming out. When a sauce breaks, it looks like an oil slick, and it's not pleasing to the palate.
Jay said, can you blanch frozen green beans?
Yes. 1,000 times yes. You can blanch them. You can shock them. Green beans, when the green beans are a thing, I would always keep in my freezer as a get out of jail free card. Like if the truck didn't come for delivery, or if I was, I was working on the boat and I needed a vegetable, I always keep, some stuff in the freezer, and that's definitely one of those things I would keep in the freezer is hey Diana,
Chief Diana Maddie.
Chief Diana Maddie, and last little chunk of butter. Mounted with butter or Monty O'Bear. And we have a gorgeous velvety sauce. I'm going to taste it. And I want to see if my sauce needs the beans are amazing. That's that pro seasoning, girl. What's on your beans? Garlic, butter, and pro seasoning. This is the best part, right? You get to reap your rewards, Perfect. That's perfect. If God would have made anything better, he would have kept it for himself, y'all. All right. So here's what we made. This gorgeous chicken marsala. We had some fun together. Diana wants butter beans for whatever reason. We had some fun. If there is anything you guys want to see in the future, please message me. Message Red Eye Coffee. Let us know. And we are here to help your quarantine experience be as pleasant as possible. Diana said she had no fun, but she's my best friend. So she's allowed to say stupid things like that. What else can we say? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Nikki Talks Food. I'm going to finish this with a little, look at that. Much better. A little parsley. On YouTube, I am not working right now. It's, the restaurant industry, the food and beverage industry is been, really, really, affected, as many other industries have as well. And so I can't monetize off of YouTube until I have enough subscribers. So it would really, really help me. It costs no money if you just click that subscribe button. If you don't have an account, you just need an email address. And sign on to YouTube, make an account, and then click on subscribe to Nikki Talks Food. And I guarantee you're going to learn something. It's a lot of fun. The channel, I put a lot of effort into it, so it's a good time. So thanks for watching, guys. Please be well. If you go out into the public, please wear a mask. Take this seriously, this COVID-19. Take it very seriously. We want to flatten the curve. We want to stay healthy. We want everybody to be safe. And we all want to be able to hang out and enjoy each other just like we just did. So next week, come and join me. We're going to do pork chops with red eye gravy. There's a little bit of, show the puppy. Okay, I'll pick him up because we're done cooking. Come here, buddy. He made a mess over there. This is Ollie. He used to be one little handful, and now he's 2 armfuls. And so we're not sure. He's going to be smelling the food. We're not sure what kind of puppy he is, but he's sweet. That's what kind. Oh, go buddy. So join me next week on right here on Red Eye and also on Nikki Talks Food. And we're going to make that delicious pork chop. We're going to make a pan sauce. The tickets will be available very soon if they're not already. Barbie is just about to upload the event so that you all can reserve your kit. We'll do 20 again, so they're going to sell out very, very quickly. So please go ahead and get that kit reserved as soon as possible. But we'll meet right here next Thursday and have just as much fun. So salute, everybody. Have a great night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I really appreciate y'all. Stay safe.